Welcome to NASCAR's newest Sprint Cup track. For today's running of the Quaker State 400, I'm Mike Joy with hometown hero Darrell Waltrip.
Oh yeah, my old Kentucky home, Mike. The track's got a few bumps in it here and there. The drivers don't complain about them a lot. Says it gives the track character. I like a track with character.
And we've got a cast of characters in this field today.
Yes, we do. And of course, we've only been here a couple of times, so hard to predict the winner.
You're right, Darrell. Most teams' notebooks are pretty thin on this place, but Kentucky shares a lot of characteristics with some of the tracks we've been racing at for a long, long time. So the question is, who has the right combination of horsepower, handling, track position, and pit stops to win today?
Hello everybody and welcome to the Kentucky Speedway for the 18th race in our second NASCAR 15 season here as we come off of back-to-back wins at Sonoma and at Daytona in dramatic fashion as we look to get it done here in Kentucky like we did last season with a last lap bump and dump and run on this very car that we are driving right now, the 48. We were driving the 88 last year. We wrecked Jimmy Johnson for the win. What's going to happen this time? So we're green here in Kentucky with 27 laps to go. We qualified back in 32nd and already looking to make a move here on the outside of Colwell. And we're sailing it through 1 and 2 in the back of Clint Boyer. Big wiggle, give him the bumper up into the wall. He goes. We now move to the top 30 into 29th with a bump and run right there as we try to charge up forwards through the pack. Meanwhile, while making some adjustments to the car, mid backstretch as we charge now the inside of Eric Almirola, Regan Smith, trying to get as many positions as possible to put ourselves in a position to win this race up at the front. Meanwhile, Brad Keselowski leads the way as we go the inside now. We put down a solid lap of a 31.07, 4/100ths off the fast lap of the race as we sail by Regan Smith in the 7 out of the inside. As we were really starting to make a whole bunch of moves, a whole huge checkup up here. Moves us all the way up into the top 20 of the top 15. Huge run trying to pull 3 wide on Yaley and Newman. Doesn't quite work out. We give Yaley a huge shot into 3 and 4. Then we send it in. Go underneath the 42 of Kyle Larson now. Trying to move our way up into the top 15. And we will. What a move. We charge all the way back from 32nd to 15th here in just a span of 2 laps with an incredible lap time of 29.76, which just got topped by Danica Patrick's 29.64 as we go sailing off into 1 and 2, trying to gain on Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch. We go way too high up the race. We're going to slide up into the wall. Big contact. A wiggle. We save it. We hold on and continue on. David Reagan now big run behind us, but we lose the crucial draft of the pack up ahead of us, and that's really going to stunt our progress here through the field as we try to get up in contention to win. And of course, continue make it 3 straight races going to victory lane here in the NASCAR Cup Series. On to now 24 laps to go here on lap number 4. They got a big run behind us. They're gaining a choice there, but we now go into 1 and 2 and get a solid entry to the corner, and now a huge gain on Kyle Busch, Casey Kane, and the rest of the pack. We're going to have a 3 wide move. We're going to try to pull them 4 wide down the back stretch. An aggressive move. We're going to send it in, dive on the corner, slide up the racetrack, squeeze them out of room. Casey Kane gets bouncing the back corner. Kyle Busch sideways, and there he goes. They're hitting cars behind us. We get cars spinning, and the caution will come out for the first time here in Kentucky. Unbelievable racing here. As Kyle Busch got loose, we tried to save him. He slid down to Menard and sent Jamie McMurray spinning through the infield. And that's what brought out the caution. The one sliding through the infield grass here at Kentucky and stopping right on the Advanced Auto Parts logo. As caution comes out, so we're going to come down pit road, make some adjustments, come back out on the field here in 36 all the way at the back with the rest of some contenders here like Logano, Larson, and Vickers. But we already moved to the outside lane, making 3 wide, nearly 4 wide passes now, trying to squeeze in between Edwards and Newman. We make that work, almost 4 wide for a second. Now through 1 and 2, we charge our way up into the top 30, contact with Kyle Busch. We get loose, we save it. Unbelievable save right there through the corner. You saw we got loose, and the car just shot up the track after that. 21 laps to go, coming to 20 laps to go. Dale Earnhardt Jr. now leading here in Kentucky as we try to move our way up forwards now through this pack. Here comes Kurt Busch on our outside. He's got a big run. He's on our inside. We are on his outside. We're side drafting down the front stretch, both gaining positions at the same time by passing the cars on the outside lane. Now we go 3 wide through the corner, really getting aggressive with it into the back bumper. Chase Elliott sends in the wall, goes Chase hard behind us. But we move into 23rd place as the 41 shoots by us, who we're trying to catch right now, coming to 19 laps to go. Now we sail it off into 3-4, getting to the back of the 41. We almost got it. We actually get in the 43. Huge save right there by ourselves. We make an incredible save. Eric Almirola pounds the fence behind us. But we continue on racing now. 19 laps to go in Kentucky as we're getting Austin Dillon off the wall, and there he goes behind us. There goes the 3. Oh my God! You saw that in the rear. He goes flying, spinning behind us. He just comes from out of nowhere, and the caution comes out once again here in Kentucky. The chaos starting to kick off now. As we just clipped Austin trying to fit in line, he sides hits the wall, and boom, he gets shot off the wall like a boomerang. Spins right down the track and then right back up into Clint Boyer and Kevin Harvick. Into the wall he goes, and that triggers this whole huge crash behind him where everyone else is piling in, and the caution will come out. So now we're going to stay on the racetrack here, restart in 6th place, in a great spot to charge up into the lead here with 17 laps to go. We're 3 wide with Joey Logano and Trevor Bayne here for a 4th. As Kurt Busch up ahead in 3rd, trying to block us, but we make the move 3 wide. Larson up in 2nd, some contact. Larson sideways and around goes the 42. And Larson goes around. That will be the cautions resailed by race leader Regan Smith afterwards. As we just got a little too deep in the corner, clipped the 42, and that's what brought out the caution flag. You can see we just got in, really getting aggressive at the set, and just tapped him, and around he went. We tried to check up, it was too late, so we just finished him off, and around he went into the outside wall. Kyle Larson goes crashing. Kyle Busch up there. Oh, Dale Jr. up in the catch fence behind him. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Now we're going to get back at it here with 15 laps to go, side by side for the lead with Trevor Bayne. We lead at the start-finish line, but the battle is on now. Who is it going to be taking the lead and possibly on their way to victory lane here in Kentucky late in the race? We got a lot of guys looking for their first win of the season up here at the front. Trevor Bayne, Kurt Busch, Michael Waltrip, myself, of course, looking for my 3rd in a row and my 9th on the season. We cleared Trevor Bayne and Kurt Busch. We're now trying to run away with the race lead with the momentum we have now and the distance we have back to the contenders behind us after our strong start to this race. And I'm excited. We get in the wall here. Like I said before, we get in the wall into Kurt Busch. We're going to get turned by Michael Waltrip, and around we go. We're crashing now down the front straightaway. No. We bounce off the wall, shoot down the track. Kurt Busch hits us, and then Michael Waltrip finishes the job, and we go spinning through the infield, brings out the caution, and now we'll have to go all the way to the back of the field. All that hard work erased as we get back underway here with 13 to go on lap 15. We're going to come from dead last, 43rd on the grid, but we already make some incredible passes here on the inside. The whole inside lane stacks up, so we just go to the apron and move right like that up to 31st place here. Now 30th into turn 1 up 13 spots to that one straightaway. Now we're really moving through one. We go by Kyle Busch to the side of Vickers. Dale Jr. bounces off the wall. We got cars 3-4 wide. Kurt Busch down the street spots. Conrad Clint Boyer. He almost wrecks in the wall. What a save by the 15 of Clint Boyer. Unbelievable save. He was wrecked and he somehow saved that thing. As now we fight back here for 28th place with the 34 of David Reagan, trying to get fight and scrap for whatever positions we can here late in this race. It is absolute aggression that is dominating the day so far. And you got a 7 of Regan Smith. We're getting to him. They got Vickers in front of him. They got 35 of Colway here. It's going to be some contact up in the chase line. 3 wide now as we try to move into the top 25. Trying to slowly work our way back to the front of the field, which is now led by Tony Stewart in the 14 lane for his 2nd win of the season. How about Josh Wise up here in 22nd? Lee closing on him. Big checker right there. Gets us right by him. A 3 wide pass right by Casey Mears and Kurt Busch. As now we move big kind of 41. Showing our frustration from earlier. We now clear him and move into the top 20 into 20th place on the grid here as we sail it off into turn 1 and 2. Trying to gain on that group just ahead of us here. Big run on the back of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to 17 to get up into 19th. We're going to take that momentum and shoot right by him to the inside lane. And now we're in the 19th place. Here coming to just 10 laps to go in Kentucky. Fuel strategy might be a factor late in this race. We will see. And try to block the 17. He's got to run underneath us, but we hold him off for now and somehow hold down the fort for 9th. And now we're up to 9th now on lap 28 laps to go. And bunch of guys are coming down pit road now. The 26 of Jeb Burton is in as well as Paul Menard and multiple others, which will now move us up into 7th place here with just 7 laps to go. Fuel strategy is indeed playing a factor as we may not have enough fuel to go the distance. I'm trying to stay fast enough here to contend these guys up in front of us, but still save some fuel at the same time. We go by the inside of 5 of Casey Kane here. Some contact of what he did us at Daytona last episode, fighting hard for 6th place. We're going to force him, make some contact there as we clear Kane for 6 now, going into 3 and 4. Trying to get every position we possibly can here in the grand scheme of things that will possibly lead to a race victory. As we now come to the start-finish line, 6 laps to go now here in Kentucky. The battle is on as we are now moving to 6th place. Only a few more spots left to go. There's Biffle. We see him up there for 5th place. We see your leaders pretty much. Tony Stewart a ways ahead, but we can see 5th, 4th, and 3rd right there in front of us. Big run on the back of the 16 here in 3-4. What are they going to do? Are they going to come down pit road? We give the 16 a shot. We go right by him. We get inside Truex to make an incredible save. Nearly wrecked Truex as they're all coming down pit road in front of us. And we're going to sail right through to the lead here in Kentucky with 5 laps to go. And now it is incomplete. fuel savings mode. As now we move on to 2 laps to go. We're letting these guys, we've lapped the entire field because we've stayed out so long. We're letting them all fly by. That's how much fuel we're saving right now. And we're creeping around the racetrack right now. 103 miles an hour. Paul Menard going to our outside. We're going to slide up the racetrack a little bit, make some contact. Whoa, he's up in the wall. He's going to come down here. We're going to hit by Jeb Burton. Around we go. We're crashing. We're trying to save it. We're really trying to save it. And we're going to get turned. And the caution will come out, coming to the white. A huge eruption of cars flipping and flying through the air. And an absolutely disastrous turn of events. We have just possibly choked the win away by wrecking on the front stretch, coming to the white flag with a huge crash erupting behind us. Unbelievable turn of events. And now all of a sudden we have to come down and pit, give up the lead here with 2 to go, drop down to 9th, and we're going to have to try to find our way back up to the lead to win this thing. Tony Stewart now in the race lead, in the perfect spot to win and steal one from right underneath ours. In the back of Stenhouse, 3 wide, some contact, some saves, incredible racing. We're now 3 wide for 3rd. We're 4 wide for 3rd. An incredible fight back here. That's allowing the 14 and the 26 to pull away. That's not what we want right now. As Newman gets into us, holds us up, but we're going to clear the guys. We're still 4 wide back here for 4th now. We're struggling to have the speed that we had on that last run. Stewart now in the lead. White flag. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank here in Kentucky. Tony Stewart looking to win. Newman gets held up behind Jeb Burton in the 26. We get into the 26, move him up out of the way. Here comes Edwards. The battle is now on for 2nd down the backstretch for the final time. We get hard in the side of the 19. He nearly wrecks. We nearly wreck. We both save it going into 3 and 4. But it's going to be Tony Stewart who is going to steal one here in Kentucky from right underneath our nose in the final laps. Tony Stewart wins at Kentucky. We come home a heartbreaking 2nd place finish and go crashing after the checkered flag. Unbelievable final turn of events in the closing laps of this race. We thought we had this race in the bag. If we would have just saved, if we would have not crashed, we had the win. And then Tony Stewart steals it and gets his 2nd win of the season. And really establishes himself as a top contender with myself, Denny Hamlin, and Brian Vickers. And of course, myself, your runner-up, Carl Edwards, 3rd. In the final race results, Paul Menard, 4th. Casey Kane runs like your top 5. Then Jeb Burton, Ryan Newman, Greg Biffle, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Jeff Gordon, your top 10 today. And just outside the top 10, you're going to have Martin Truex in 11th, Denny Hamlin in 12th, Blaney in 15th, Vickers in 16th, Harvick in 21st, Logano 22nd, Kyle Busch 23rd, Kurt Busch 24th, Kenseth down in 26th, Larson 28th, and then way down, really struggling, Keselowski finishes 36th, another rough finish, and Boyer 41st, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 42nd, and last place is Chase Elliott in the 25 machine. As we go look at the updated points standings, which were no new winners, so we remain the same 8 winners and 8 spots available on points with 8 races left in the regular season. Of course, myself with 8 wins, Denny Hamlin, Tony Stewart, Brian Vickers each with 2 wins, then 1 win for Jeff Gordon, Matt Kenseth, Kyle Busch, and Ryan Blaney. So on points, Casey Kane, Carl Edwards, guys like that. Right now, I'll be looking pretty good, but we look quickly through our winners and go back to our 8 spots available on points, which are right now held by Casey Kane. In the 5, Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, Greg Biffle, Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and AJ Allmendinger. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.